Okay, everyone, let's jump right into this deep dive. We've been looking at info from Pacific Blue Mechanical's website, focusing on fixing things around the house, specifically bathtubs. And our mission today, pretty simple, really. We want to figure out why getting a broken tub fixed quickly is, well, a super smart move, especially for you folks in Burnaby and nearby areas here in BC. Basically, we're asking, why is calling a local pro better than just waiting?
That's exactly it. This isn't just about looks like making your bathroom seem a bit nicer. We're talking about why getting a professional fix and getting it done fast is key to avoiding some pretty major headaches later on. Think costs, think damage.
Okay, so what usually goes wrong with tubs? The website mentions a few things, like what are the common boo-boos we're dealing with?
Well, the big ones are cracks, chips, and then just general ugliness, like stains or fading because the tub's old. Cracks are probably the most serious. They might look small, but they can let water seep through, and that can cause huge leaks behind walls or under floors if you leave them.
Right, water damage is no joke. And chips, are they just ugly little spots?
They look like it, but chips are sneaky. They're like little openings where germs and mold can hide.
Yeah.
Plus, they can weaken the tub over time. And stains, well, they just make the whole bathroom feel kind of grubby, right?
Yeah, totally. So the experts, like the ones at Pacific Blue Mechanical, how do they fix these things? Let's break it down real simple. First, I guess they take a really close look at the damage, right? To see how bad it is.
Exactly. Assessment is key.
Yeah.
They need to know if it's just on the surface or something deeper.
Okay, and then the website mentions things like patching and resurfacing.
So for bigger problems, like those cracks, they might use special patching techniques. It's kind of like fixing a hole properly so it won't leak. And for tubs that are just old, stained, or faded, they can do resurfacing. That's like putting a brand new, tough, shiny coat over the whole thing. Makes it look totally new.
Wow, okay. And Pacific Blue Mechanical, the site we looked at, they seem pretty legit. I saw something about 500 Google reviews.
Yeah, that's right. That many reviews. It tells you a lot about local trust, People in the area count on them.
Makes sense. Okay, let's switch gears a bit. Why is it so important to fix these things fast? What are the big wins for homeowners?
There are some really key benefits. Let's break them down. Benefit number one is all about safety and health. Think about those cracks or even sharp chips. They can actually be, well, sharp, easy to cut yourself. And like we said, they hide mold and bacteria. Yuck. Fixing them makes the tub way safer and healthier, especially if you've got little kids or maybe older family members using it.
Good point. Health first. What's next?
Benefit 2. Saving money. This one's huge. Fixing a small chip or crack now might cost a bit, sure, but if you let it go, that small crack could turn into a massive leak, ruin your subfloor, maybe even the ceiling below. Then you're not talking about a repair, you're talking about a full, expensive replacement and fixing all that water damage. So spending a little now really does save you a lot later. It's just smart money management for your home.
Proactive is definitely better than reactive when it comes to home repairs. I get that. And the third benefit.
Benefit 3 is about your home value. Let's face it, bathrooms and kitchens sell homes. A clean, sparkling, non-damaged tub makes the whole bathroom look way better. Feels cleaner, more modern. So if you ever think about selling your place, fixing that tub is a relatively small thing that can make a real difference to the overall impression and potentially the price.
Right, boosts that curb appeal, or I guess tub appeal. And for people listening, Pacific Blue Mechanical, according to their site, serves places like Burnaby, Vancouver, Richmond, Surrey, basically the lower mainland. And they mention being available 24/7. They even list a number, 604-652-9468, for emergencies. So help is local and quick.
Yeah, that local availability is important. Now, about the cost we mentioned, in Burnaby, for example, the site suggests repairs usually fall somewhere between, say, $300 and $1,000. It depends on what the tub's made of: acrylic, cast iron, fiberglass, and how bad the damage is. And, while grabbing a DIY kit from the hardware store might seem like the cheapest option.
Uh-oh, I sense a but coming.
Huh? Yeah, there's a but. Those DIY kits often don't last. They can peel, crack again, or just not seal properly. We hear about people trying DIY, it failing, and then they end up calling pros like Pacific Blue Mechanical anyway. Often, fixing the failed DIY job plus the original problem costs more than just getting the professional repair done right the first time.
So the takeaway seems pretty clear. For tub troubles, getting local pros in quickly, like the team mentioned on the Pacific Blue Mechanical site, is usually the smartest, safest, and often the cheapest route in the long run. Okay, this brings up something interesting from the source material about standards and rules. It makes you wonder, what kind of specific training or official licenses do these plumbing pros need here in British Columbia, to make sure they're doing these repairs safely, following all the regulations, especially when using those strong epoxy materials for resurfacing? That's definitely something worth thinking about for ensuring quality work.